Welcome back to another episode of House of Queens. We were just talking about how challenging it is to make friendships and keep them as adults. And we want to dive into like some of the reasons that we feel most people have experienced that particular challenge. One of them being is time.
Oh, yeah.
When you're an adult, like you just don't really have enough time to really nurture and build upon your relationships, especially if you already have a family and you're working, or if you're like us, you're building a business. It's just so hard to make that time for people. And to me, I think it's heartbreaking because I'm the type of person, I am super extroverted. I love people. I love meeting new people. I would love to have more friends. I simply do not. This girl over here is probably my only friend. And did she say no?
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Oh, what an ass. But yeah, it's just so hard for me in particular to find friends. Like I have 2 kids as well. And that's something. Yeah, exactly. A whole family. It's just so hard to build upon more relationships. So I just wish that I could do that. I really do.
Well, see, that's like the one thing that her and I disagree on. It's very unusual that we disagree on anything, but she wants more friends. I do not.
Because
I'm good with where I'm at right now.
She is such an introvert.
I don't know. I'm an introverted extrovert.
She really hates people.
Anyways. No, for me, I don't hate people. For me, it's more so that it took me a while to find the people that ultimately have got me to where I am today and are continuing to push me forward. And piggybacking off of time, I barely see my family. Like, we live together and we don't really have the time to spend that quality time with each other and enjoy each other's company because I'm doing so many things. Each of us are all doing so many things so that when the time finally comes for all of us to hang out, I would much rather hang out with my family. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
And that's why I also like to keep my circle very small because, again, you're one of my best friends. I have all but 3. I have 3 best friends, right? One of them doesn't even live here. So, you know, it comes down to really the timing of it all and adulting, as I like to call it. Adulting.
I'm so flippin' sick of adulting, though. I am
so am I. I can't believe we wanted to grow up so bad when we were kids.
Who signed us up for this? Mom?
Not me.
Dad?
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask to be here.
I really didn't. We didn't ask. That was your decision.
You decided. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I agree with you on that statement, though, because even with myself, I feel like I don't even have enough time to spend with my family. And I love spending time with my kids. Yeah. They're like the best things that ever happened to me. And even then, I feel like I don't have enough time with them. So naturally, I can't even dedicate more time to like hanging out with people who even ask me to hang out because the moments I have that free time, I either want to sleep, relax, sleep. Snack, and hang out with my kids on the couch and cuddle. Like, that's all I want to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's very hard to allow new relationships to form because of that. You know, we already don't have enough time to spend with our close family and our friends. And I think the reason why it's so easy for you and I is because we have the luxury of working together. So I already see her every day.
Yeah. And we were just talking about this too. We were just like, I don't know if we would be friends if we did not work together.
Yeah, at the very least. I don't think we'd be as close if we didn't work together and have to see each other every day. It kind of just naturally happened over time. But that's why, like, obviously it's a luxury getting to work with your best friend and building a business together that not a lot of people have. But I just want to throw that out there that I think that's why it's been so easy for our friendship to just blossom continuously.
Yeah, because I don't know what would happen.
I really don't either.
We probably wouldn't see each other.
Like ever.
Yeah, we try to make plans outside of work too, and it's like hit or miss.
Yeah, it's hit or miss.
For the same reason of like just time, you know? But then like also I feel like another reason why it's just super challenging to find friends is because of trust. Like there's so many snooty people out there. Yeah. Like you think they have your best interests at heart and they do not. And then you come to find out. And then like when you get into those situations where you thought someone was your friend or someone you can consider a friend, and then they turn around and do something that you least expect and wasn't counting on them doing, you kind of get like burned a little bit and you're like, I don't want to deal with more people. Yes.
I don't want to go through this again.
It's like, and it's terrible because trauma is like getting in the way of you building more relationships.
I think friendship trauma is like worse.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
I think it's worse than a relationship with your partner, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's some things you can tell your partner, but then there's some things you just wouldn't tell your partner, you tell your best friend, right? Like,
absolutely.
I'm not going to tell my partner everything.
No one can deny this.
No, absolutely. So, like, that's why I feel like that burns a little bit harder. Like, relationships hurt too, don't get me wrong. But when someone goes around behind your back and do something that's not cool, like, you're just like, I don't want to deal with people. Dirty. Too many people, grown people.
At their big age.
At their big age.
How dare you?
How dare you? No, for real. It sucks. And that's what puts me in the pickle too. Because like I said, I would love to find new friends, but then there's also the other side where I'm like, there's been too many situations where I've dealt with someone and it did not work out. And I'm like, okay, I probably should not do that. Yeah, exactly.
1,000%.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to trust people in general nowadays.
Yeah.
And I view a friend or a best friend as someone you can really go to with any of your thoughts and ideas and vent to them. And, you really got to be careful.
You do.
You really got to be careful.
It's a damn shame. It really is.
And I do think another one is, it's really huge for me, lifestyle differences, because that's what's led me to essentially cut off a lot of people from my past and old friends, even family, because of the lifestyle differences. And what I mean by that is, I just think that it's really important for everyone in your circle to kind of have the same vision, for your visions to align. And that's not necessarily to say that you have to be on the same career path. It's more so just having that drive, having that ambition, having, motivation isn't always there, but that discipline and
morals too, though.
Yeah, morals, standards,
oh my gosh,
boundaries. And, subconsciously you will push each other to be great.
Yeah.
When you all kind of possess those traits. Whereas, I was actually going to say this. I'm at a weird age. Even you. I feel like between the ages of like 24 and 30, there are so many things happening in different people's lives. There's some people starting families, some people getting married, some people not wanting to do anything with their life, some people starting a business. So it's like a group of so many different things going on. And that's totally fine. Live your life the way you want to, but if it doesn't match with the direction that I see my life going in, it's really hard to maintain that friendship.
Oh, 100%. I told you one time I had a friend, we were friends for like 8 years. Like, we pretty much raised our kids together and all of that. Like, she was one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And when I came to a point in my life where I felt like, okay, I really want to take like starting a business seriously. I really want to take, investing, all of those things seriously. And anytime I would come to her about like any of my goals, any of the things I'm aspiring to be, like, there was always pushback because she just wasn't there. And like, she was still relying on like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I need to rely on food stamps. And she totally had the means to like not do those things, right?
Yeah.
Like if she wanted to, she didn't have to, but she just didn't have the motivation to step outside of that box, so to speak.
Yeah.
And whenever I tried to say, hey, like, you're really good at this, maybe you should try this, so like you don't keep you and your son in the same spot, because it's not a good spot to be, and also to take advantage of a system like that, especially when you don't have to.
Yeah, that's also a really messed up factor.
It's disgusting, honestly. It was disgusting, but ultimately, like, we bumped heads because of it, like. And it was always her saying, oh, you think you're better than everyone. Or it's so annoying.
Oh, I've heard that so many times. How are you going to tell me I'm better? Or I think that I'm better than everyone when I just want to get my life together?
I don't think that I'm better.
Prioritizing
I know
myself.
I'm better. That's what I'm aiming for. Like, it's not even about being better than someone else. It's just being better than who I was yesterday.
And being better for yourself.
Yes.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people take that the wrong way.
They do. And that's what happened with our relationship. Like I said, we were friends for so long. And at a certain point, things just got messed up because I was going this way and she was going this way.
Opposite directions.
Yeah,
which is why lifestyle differences are very huge. Like, I'm not going to hang out with somebody who genuinely doesn't really care or is kind of just going with the flow. That's totally fine. Like I said, that's totally fine. Go with the flow, figure out what you want to do. But it's going to be really hard to maintain that friendship when there's somebody that's going out clubbing and partying every that's never been me. Like, I literally can't do that. So back to time, We don't even have the time to do that. How do even
humans have time for that BS? Like, I'm going to go out party every weekend and get
if they don't have anything else to do, then yeah.
Yeah,
but clearly. That's my point. Like, it's just, I've noticed a drastic change and shift in my life when I surrounded myself around the right people. Like I said, I found my team and I'm rolling with it.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a drastic change and an elevation in my character and growth in so many other ways.
Yeah.
Because truly it does matter.
Yeah.
As cliche as it sounds.
Yeah. There's a million sayings about it, but one of the most popular ones is you are the 5 people you spend your most time with.
Yeah, you've told me that before.
And it's so true. It can be furthest from the truth. Like, because I look back in my life when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, all I really cared about was like smoking weed all day, going on a hike, getting fired every 2 weeks from a job. Me and my friends would just hang out, talk about how I got fired from my job that day, laugh.
Pointless. Like, I feel like all of that is pointless.
It was dumb, and they weren't doing anything with their lives either, obviously. Like, imagine me being that type of individual hanging out with someone like me today.
Crazy.
I'd be like, get the F away from me. Absolutely not. No. So, yeah, I think it's just super important to make sure you know, like, who you need to surround yourself with based upon what your goals are, what your vision is for yourself.
That's huge.
Because you need a team. There's another great saying that I love. I think I told you this yesterday when she was like, I don't need more friends. I don't need them.
Oh, God.
But
stop attacking me.
Well, girl, that's fine. Dina does have to have more friends because that means more Dina for me. But ultimately, like, there's that one saying that says, go alone and you'll go far.
Yeah.
But go with the team, the sky's the limit. So
have your army behind you.
You have to have a nice army behind you, a nice team behind you, which is why I'm all about finding more friends if it's the right people. Because
huge emphasis on that.
If it's the right people. Because like even with someone like Dina, like the goals that she and I have together, like I think they're super, super sentimental to me, first of all. Oh. But like they're really great, ambitious goals. And I have no disbelief, like there's no bone in my body where I feel like we won't accomplish it.
Yeah.
Whether it's separately or together, it's going to be better together. But because we have those same goals and we're aligned, it makes this friendship so much more sweeter.
It really does.
So I think we just need to find more time to hang out outside of work.
I agree with that.
We'll figure it out.
I agree with that. But it is also really hard to balance. It is really hard to balance. That's another, no, seriously, like balancing all of these things. I wanted to add, I think I told you this yesterday or the day before or something like that. But you have to be okay with being lonely to get somewhere in life. And until you find your army. Essentially.
Your tribe.
You have to be okay with it.
But I agree with you, though. Like, I think it is important because there are going to be times in your life, especially when you're in the period where you're focused and you have a goal in mind and you can see it, you can taste it, you're so close, you can touch it. Mm-hmm. There's going to be periods where you have to have alone time. You have to strategize. You have to dig deeper into yourself. So if you're someone who's like solely dependent on having someone around at all times, that's probably not the best way to go about it. But ultimately, I still think like if you have the right people around you, you can go so far. You can go so far. So that's my cup of tea on friendships and why it's hard. And I hope I find more. I think we just need one more group, one more girl.
I'm okay. I'm totally okay with it just being you and I.
But also Dina's stingy, so.
I am.
She's very stingy.
I'm very protective over mine.
Possessive. She is very possessive.
I'm protective. I love hard, okay? I'm protective of my people, and you can't blame me.
I can't tell you the amount of times where I talked about, like, because we run a real estate business together in Portland. I can't tell you the amount of times where every time I say, hey, maybe we should probably bring another person on, another agent on. And she's like, no.
It's the quickest no you'll ever hear from me. It is. I like it.
It is.
We're small but mighty, girl.
We are, though.
Small but mighty.
We are. But I think it would be nice to have, like, one more person. But we'll see. Dina's the boss. We let her decide. Oh. She's the boss.
There's room for the throne.
So, what do you guys think? What are the challenges you've experienced when you're looking for someone else to become a friend, join your tribe? Have you had problems finding new people to enter into your life? What are some of the challenges you experience? We'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And until next time, we'll see you at the top.